We bring in retired four-star General Jack Keane, Fox News senior strategic analyst and former vice chief of staff of the Army and chairman of the Institute for the Study of War. General, always great to have you with us. Obviously, this is a big moment for President Zelenskyy. He has been pressing for tomahawks. It sounds like that is not going to happen until after something further is ironed out with President Putin. What's your take so far, General?
Yeah, well, I think something must have happened in that 2.5-hour conversation that President Trump had with President Putin that gave him, once again, some optimism here that we could really make a deal. To date, I mean, Putin's strategy has never changed, and that is to take control of Ukraine and expand into Europe. And he's shown some evidence of that. And he uses stalling, in my mind, to protract the war, Martha, because he believes that time is on his side. Because eventually the United States resolve will be weakened, and so will the Europeans. And he thinks then the advantage would swing to him. And for those out there who read the narrative that Putin creates and finds its way into the media and other places inside the United States, Putin is not winning this war. Quite the contrary. I mean, he started another offensive last year, and he's hardly made any progress whatsoever. And he wanted to take all of southern Ukraine was the objective. He hasn't even come close to it, and that's why at the last conference that they had, he was asking for territory that Ukraine was in occupation of. And we look at that at the Institute for the Study of War, and we don't see him taking that territory at all. He doesn't have the capability to do that. But he does have this. He believes if he protracts the war, the casualties continue to mount. The pressure is on Zelenskyy, and also the pressure is on President Trump, to work some kind of a deal and hopefully make some concessions. And during this whole time, Martha, which is really quite striking, Putin has done what? He's escalated the war. He has conducted massive operations against the Ukrainian population and their energy sector, largely with swarming drones manufactured in one major center, the Abaluga Manufacturing Center, that was started by the Iranians. They've got about 20,000 North Koreans who are building these Shahed drones, and they are formidable, to say the least, and out of range of any offensive weapon that's in the control of the Ukrainians. Thus, enter the Tomahawk weapons here. And that's the reality of what we're dealing with. Is that Putin wants to protract the war, increase the pressure on the other parties. And when it comes down to what is President Trump trying to accomplish? End of war. That's his motivation here, just as it was in the Middle East and others. What is Zelenskyy's motivation? He wants to go to a ceasefire and a deal that's fair. And he's ready to do that today. He was ready to do it at the Alaska summit. He was ready to do that months prior to that. So what's the holdup? It's Putin. He doesn't want to go to a ceasefire, and he doesn't want to accept any of the terms presented to him right now that would lead to eventually some kind of end-of-war deal. Why? For the reason I stated. He actually believes that if he continues the war and wears all the other parties down, it's in his interest, despite the military challenges facing, despite the increase in economic challenges that he's facing. And after all, he thought sanctions were coming prior to this, and they did not happen. And now he sees possibly long-range weapons that can take out the major manufacturing center. And Martha, all the bombs that they're using to fly cruise missiles, the same kind of cruise missiles that Tomahawk is, into those Ukrainian cities. And they also use glide bombs coming out of those bombers as well as the cruise missiles. Those would be the primary targets. So when people are talking about, well, this is such a significant escalation, if you look at it militarily, what is Zelenskyy really trying to do? He's trying to use Tomahawk long-range missiles to protect his population centers and protect his energy centers from the Shahed drones, the source of them, and from the bombers that are delivering those cruise missiles, the ballistic missiles, and the like. So that's what this is about. And hopefully, a deal is being made here. I mean, one option you could do is you say, I'll give you the Tomahawk missiles, President Zelenskyy, and you can use them if Putin doesn't come to the table and make a good deal with us in 2 weeks. That's an option. He has an appeal to both sides. Zelenskyy, you're going to get the weapons, but I got a condition. Putin, here's the condition. Let's make a deal.
Yeah. Zelenskyy has suggested that. He has said, we might not even have to use them. He seems to want them as a deterrent as they get, as they begin these negotiations. We're going to take a quick break. We're waiting to see if Zelenskyy exits the door there. General Keane is going to stay with us, and we're grateful for that.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.